And welcome to another episode of Stuck in My Mind podcast. I am your host, WIZE. My next guest has a very interesting story. Born in Israel but raised in China. He considered himself a very picky eater in his childhood, and he's just transformed into a successful fitness coach. Welcome to the show, Daniel Rise. Hello.
Thanks a lot for having me. Excited to be here.
I was excited to have you, man. So you have an interesting story. You was born in Israel but raised in China. How did that happen?
So yes, I was born in Israel. When I was 6, my family now moved to China because my dad started his business over there. He makes plastic materials like the hardware for hospitals and software companies. So they make all the software, he makes the hardware, the actual plastic materials, and everything is made in China. So he wanted to live close to the factories, so it'll be easier to do business there. And we moved when I was 6, so that was in 2004. And China back then was way different than what it is now. It was way less westernized. It was pretty much what you probably imagined it in the movies. I remember there was skinless dogs hanging upside down because that's what people ate. All types of foods that you probably don't want to try. All types of certain Chinese food that is very different than Panda Express. Definitely very different than Chinese food in America.
Yeah.
And me being an extremely picky eater, fortunately there was a McDonald's, and that's all I ate from ages 6 to 12. So
Okay.
yeah, pretty unhealthy eater. But at the age of 12, I started playing basketball, and my brother convinced me that if I wanted to get better at playing basketball, I needed to eat healthier, which was pretty much any diet except what I was doing. So slowly started trying new foods, simple things like banana, grilled cheese. I was so picky, like every single thing that wasn't chicken nuggets was brand new to me. But I slowly started being healthier, started being a healthier kid, started being better at basketball as well. And I got very competent at basketball and I felt very confident, but only on the basketball court. Everywhere else, I was still this shy kid that had low confidence. And at the age of 17, I started lifting weights, getting more to the gym. And I realized that, unlike a basketball, I took my body with me everywhere I went, and the confidence came with it. So I figured out it was a much more transferable skill. And that is how I got a lot more into the fitness side of things. So at age 12, I got more into the nutrition side. Age 17, I got more into the fitness side. And that motivated me to want to become a personal trainer. Went to university in Canada for exercise and nutrition, became a personal trainer, worked at a few gyms, helped a bunch of people out. And then in 2020, I'm sure you and your audience heard there was a lockdown thing going on. And that is when I started my online business. And now I help men sustainably lose weight without going to the gym.
Okay. So what can you share experience on what challenges did you face during your initial stages of your fitness journey? Like what were some of the issues that you faced when you first started out?
So initially, as a kid, I was super picky. Like, I remember trying banana, grilled cheese, even the most basic foods. Uh, I remember forcing myself to eat tomatoes because I wanted to expand my taste buds. I was so picky. I literally, between the age of six, between the age of 6 to 12, other than Starbucks hot chocolate and chicken nuggets from McDonald's, I did not consume anything else. So it was very gradual, but I slowly expand my taste buds. And even if you're a full adult, I truly believe that you can expand your taste buds no matter who you are. And same thing in terms of fitness. I remember trying all types of different routines. I finally found out what worked for me, and then I doubled down. And again, same thing with business, right? Even though I knew I wanted to train people online, I tried a bunch of different ways to do it, a bunch of different platforms until I found something that worked for me, and then doubled down and found my exact niche of how I can help people. So pretty much like every story, as long as you keep going, eventually you'll find a way.
Yeah. So you talk about 2020 and the lockdown. Um, of course, everything got shut down, and a lot of people started going to the digital realm and Zoom and all. How was it the transition from working out in the physical gym to working out online and on camera and training people that way?
Right. So, firstly, I had to figure out how I can train myself because I don't know about you, but I did not expect the lockdown. I didn't see this coming. I didn't have any equipment at home. Just from one day to the next, all of a sudden, I had to work out at home. However, because I had over a decade of fitness knowledge at this point, I was still able to get myself in shape. And I realized that the reason why is because Gordon Ramsay with one pan can make a better meal than the average person can with five pans. Because it's not about how much equipment you have, it's about knowing what to do. And if you have the knowledge, doesn't matter how much equipment you have, you can do everything yourself. And I realized that I was able to get myself just as good as results, even though I was at home, because I knew what to do. So that is how I tried helping people out at home. So a lot of people think I do workout through Zoom, but that is extremely inconvenient. Instead, because you have to match the time, they have to be there, and it's just not realistic. But instead, the way I go about it now is I have my own app that my clients can go through so they can do it whenever they want. And we do weekly Zoom calls just for check-in calls. So we
Okay.
can talk more about nutrition and accountability and what they're missing. Because phone videos, I can just give them through the app. But the biggest thing most people struggle with is not exercise, but the nutrition and the accountability. Because everyone has gone through a period of 1 to 2 weeks when they were disciplined, but then they fell off because life happened. And though the adjustments that you make sure that you keep going despite life happening, that is the biggest reason why people succeed versus some people fail.
Okay. So what okay, I'm sorry. So how do you tailor your fitness programs for clients who dislike going to the gym? So is it that
Yeah.
you do you find out what exercises they like to do and you focus on that, or do you find out what areas that they're having the most issues with and you tailor it that way?
Yeah, exactly that. So the way, like, if you just went to YouTube and type in fitness exercises, that's kind of like trying to learn Spanish through YouTube or on your own. But having a private Spanish tutor is a lot more customized. You might be really good at conversation, but you lack vocabulary. So it's working on your specific needs because some people have knee injuries, some people have shoulder injuries, some people have naturally strong legs, but a weak upper body. So everything's completely customized, everything is dependent. And I tell all my clients that the program is good on day one, much better on day 30, much better on day 57, because I continually make adjustments.
Okay.
So basically, I see what they do, what was easy, what was difficult, what they did right, what they didn't do right, and then the next workout, the next week, make a different set of exercises and continue making adjustment that way. And that's the key because every single body is different. Every single human has a different experience, and the likelihood that you have the exact same struggle as somebody else is pretty small.
Okay. What role does nutrition play in your fitness philosophy?
Yeah, it's definitely huge. It's definitely the biggest thing, especially because I specifically help people sustainably lose weight and keep it off. And I like to work with a very specific group of people. So if you want to run marathons, if you want to bench press more, if you want to jump as high as possible, I'm not your guy. Talk to somebody else. Because again, I can't help everyone. So I wanted to help a very specific type of individual, which
Mm-hmm.
is generally businessmen who wants to lose weight and keep it off. So nutrition obviously plays a huge role. And just like exercises, if I give my clients a strict meal plan saying you have to do this, you can't do that, they probably won't stick with it, especially in the long term. So it's about teaching my clients how to fish more than just giving them the fish, showing them how to win no matter what's going on. They can send me pictures of the menu of whatever restaurant they're going to. I teach them ways to succeed even when they're on vacation, even when they're on weddings, even when they're in dinner events. Because a lot of people obviously can lose weight when things are going smooth and there's no obstacles in the way. But every time they get busy, every time life gets hectic, every time they're eating out, they fall off the wagon. And that is what I specialize in, helping those specific circumstances.
Okay.
Because again, every teenager thinks they can drive fantastically because they think about driving on an empty road. But can you drive when it's snowing? Can you drive when there's crazy people behind you in front of you? That is what matters most.
Um, how do you help clients overcome common obstacles to maintain a fitness routine?
Yeah, that's a great question. And the most accurate answer is I'd tell them to communicate with me as much as possible. Because again, the same advice won't be applicable to all individuals. That's why I always say, hey, the more you communicate with me, the better results you get.
Okay.
But in a very general sense, one of the first exercises I get my clients to do in regards to nutrition is I tell them to write a list of everything they enjoy eating. Don't filter if it's healthy, convenient, expensive. Just write a list of everything down that you enjoy. Then underline what you think is also healthy. Now, ideally, you obviously have an expert to help differentiate what's actually healthy and what's not healthy because there's lots of myths of what people think are healthy and what's not. But even whoever's listening, most people have like an 80% accuracy. So if all you do is write a list of things you enjoy eating and underline what's also healthy,
Hmm.
and you focus on that, that should be your meal plan. So instead
Okay.
of keto, vegan, any vague diet, if you focus on foods that are healthy and you enjoy it that most of the time, you should be ahead of most people.
Okay. What advice would you give someone just starting their fitness journey, just starting out, and yeah, just
Yeah.
starting out basically.
Saying so I would say focus on the easy wins, which is the opposite of what most people do. Most people in January 1st, after they haven't exercised for months, after they ate a bunch of garbage, all of a sudden they want to work out 3 hours a day, or they want to eat nothing but lettuce and carrots. Something ridiculous. Obviously, that doesn't work. However, what I suggest my clients to do is to do focus on the easy win. So simply walk while talking on the phone. You're going to be talking anyways, might as well get extra steps in.
Okay.
Or have a water bottle within arm's reach. Super easy and makes a very, very big difference. Or improve your sleep quality. You can't always decide how many hours of sleep you have, but if you improve the quality of your sleep, you increase testosterone, you feel less hungry, your hormones will be balanced, you'll get a lot more out of the hours that you slept. So focus on the things that take little time, little effort, and still push the needle in your favor. And the reason why I focus on that is because once you see tangible results, most people are able to get motivated to do even more. Because when people see tangible results, they want to continue seeing more results.
Okay. Um, how has your fitness journey impacted your confidence and overall well being as well?
Oh, it helped tremendously because it is literally the most transferable skill there is. I would say the second most transferable skill is the ability to talk and being articulate, which is like why I like being on podcasts because I want to practice that skill. But if whether I am the top 10% best piano player to ever exist, or I'm the bottom 10% best piano player, nobody would know until we discuss the topic of piano, until you
Okay.
see me play piano. But that cannot be said about fitness because literally every room you walk into, people instinctually know how competent you are fitness wise. And it's a skill that you carry with you everywhere you go. So might as well put more emphasis on it.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, definitely helped tremendously.
okay. So can you discuss the importance of mindset in achieving your fitness goals as well?
I would say 100%. That's a really good question. Mindset is huge. And if I was to break it down into one sentence, the biggest difference between the mindset of fit people and the mindset of unfit people is that fit people view health fitness as a continuum, while people that are unfit view it as binary. So, as an example, let's say that you told yourself, I'm going to exercise for 20 minutes today, right? That was what you told yourself. So, but life happened, things got extra chaotic. For whatever reason, you only have 10 minutes on your schedule to exercise. The fit person thinks, okay, I wanted to exercise for 20 minutes, I only have 10 minutes, might as well make the most out of the 10 minutes. The unfit person thinks, I wanted to exercise for 20 minutes, I can't exercise for 20 minutes, I guess I won't do anything today because my schedule doesn't permit. And same thing goes to nutrition. Let's say you set the goal of eating healthier, and the objective reality, you're in a scenario where all you have is junk food around you. The fit person
Yeah.
says, okay, the objective reality is I only have junk food around me. Well, I can still eat the healthiest option from the options that are presented to me. It might not be the best, but I can still pick the best option from the options that are presented. The unfit person thinks, well, I don't have any healthy options, so might as well binge, might as well eat whatever.
Okay.
And I would say that is the biggest mindset difference I've noticed. That the fit person thinks, hey, no matter what happens, no matter what scenario I'm in, I can always make the best decision, even if things are not optimal. While the unfit person thinks, hey, if things are not optimal, I guess I'll just give up and I'll just wait for things to be optimal again before I do the right things.
Okay. What are some of your favorite at-home workout exercises?
My favorite at home workout exercises, I'll just say push ups or knee push ups,
Okay.
something super simple. Most of the exercises that my clients do don't need any equipment. They can do it anywhere. Just get on the ground, and it's a lot more convenient. The reason why my clients get the results they do is because, firstly, now my clients want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They don't want to be bodybuilding world champions. They just want to sustainably lose the belly and have more energy. And for that, you 100% can do it at home. And the reason why my clients are able to get the results they do is because they're able to be consistent. And the reason they're able to be consistent is because working out at home is a lot more convenient than working out at the gym. Because, well, let me ask you a question. Out of the last 5 movies you watched, how many of them were at home versus how many of them were in a movie theater?
All five of them have been at home.
Right? Because at home is a lot more convenient than going to a movie theater.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah,
same
and
thing with, yeah,
a lot less cheaper too.
100%. And same thing with exercises. Going to the gym is often a hassle. It's like an event, might cause anxiety, might stress some people out. Some people, it might just may take more time than they'd like. So that prevents them from going to the gym. But at home, literally just turn off the computer, go on the mat, even go on the carpet, find an exercise space, and knock out a few push ups or do a few other exercises that are body weight. Super convenient and gets the job done.
And I like of course you can't go out and just start off with, you have to like take time. You have to work yourself up.
Yeah.
So if you want to start walking, start with 10, 15 minutes and
Yep.
then gradually step it up 5 minutes, then every 5 minutes. So it's the same thing with any workout. Is if you want to raise the weight on bench press, gradually work yourself up. Don't go out and want to do 250 pounds at one time
Yeah.
and and you do it one time and you bring it, and then it kind of crushes your belief. Now you're struggled with 250 instead of taking it slowly and gradually going to it. You're kind of now putting a little bit of disbelief in yourself. Now that's affecting your mindset now because
100%.
because you set yourself up to fail instead of starting slowly and gradually building yourself up. And when you would have did it that way, it would have just been easier for you. It's just like, okay, step by step, step by step. You gotta crawl before you walk.
Exactly, exactly. And I always say people don't lack motivation, they lack tangible results. Because if you see your shirts fitting better every single week, you have to buy a whole new wardrobe. If you see the scale go down, your waist is getting slimmer every single week, you'd want to continue. And a big reason why people don't get to that point is because they're simply doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think they need to work harder, but it's just more about doing the right thing. I would argue the person that's typing with one or two fingers is working a lot harder than the person that's typing with all 10 fingers. They just don't know the skill. They haven't learned the best way to go about it. And that's
Yeah.
why most people are frustrated at themselves. They think they don't have the discipline, but in reality, they just don't have the plan that's tailored to them.
Mm, okay. So how do you keep your workouts interesting and engaging for your clients?
The truth is, it all depends, and I make sure to mix it up. A lot of people think there's only 5 or 7 types of exercises, but there's infinite. There's so many different types. Most people just have tried the same thing over and over again. Just like so many people try the same foods over and over again, but there's so many different types of foods. And I'm a huge proponent of expanding your taste buds. I'm a huge proponent of trying different exercises and so see what you like. Because there's no particular food that you have to eat. There's no particular exercise that you have to do. If you don't like it, try another one. If for whatever reason you don't like doing push-ups, well, there's other chest exercises that you can do. There's no one exercise you have to do. If you don't like eating chicken, you don't have to eat chicken. There's so many other ways to get your protein in.
Mm,
So it's just about not having any judgment towards yourself and thinking that you have to do things a particular way or you failed. However, and instead keep adjusting it until you find something that you enjoy and you can do over the long term. Because if you can't do something for a decade, there's no point in doing it for a day. Again, the people I work with don't want to look like Instagram models. They aren't trying to do it for a photo shoot. They're looking for long-term health. And for long-term success, you have to do things that are sustainable and things that you can do for the rest of your life.
what strategies do you use to ensure long-term success for your clients?
So it's a lot of trial and error because I don't know what my clients enjoy eating. I don't know what my clients struggle with in terms of exercises, what's easy for them, what they don't feel, what they do feel in terms of the muscles being engaged to particular exercises, because everyone has different limb length, joint strength. There's so much variety on the individual that trial and error, just continue making adjustments is the best way to figure it out. So obviously through conversation, I do my best to give my clients the workouts that I think would fit best them. But as I said
Mm,
previously, the program is good on day
mhm,
one, much better on day 17, much better on day 38 because of the continued updates, the continued adjustments. That's what makes the
mhm.
success sustainable.
Okay. So what are some of your future goals and aspirations for your future for your fitness business?
So I am going to start something called 100 pound transformation series. So I'm going to be flying to my clients that have lost over 100 pounds and make a mini documentary about them and have interview them, basically ask them how they started, where they're at, all the struggles they faced, all the obstacles, how skeptical they were before they started, o- about their life, about all the injuries,
Okay.
all the things that they failed in on the past, and basically make several episodes. So have episode one, episode two, episode three. I've never heard anybody else do that, and I think that's really cool because I believe helping one person lose 100 pounds is more impressive than helping five
Mm,
people lose 20 pounds.
yeah.
Even though it's the accumulate same, just it's a much bigger difference and it changes somebody's life way more. Because if you just have a bit of the belly and you get the six pack, sure you look better, but your life doesn't improve that much. But if you get off CPAP, if you decrease your biological age, meaning you're able to live 1 or 2 decades longer, you're able to be fully independent, that actually changes the person's life way more. So that is what I look forward to do in the future.
Okay. Um, this has been a good conversation. Um,
Yeah,
I'm glad you've been able to come on the show. Now is a part of the show where you get the solo screen and you get to promote whatever your programs, your websites, everything.
fantastic. So I am most active on Twitter or X. And for those of you that are scared of that platform, know that it's not just politics. There's many fantastic accounts. My account is Daniel Raz underscore fit. So that's DANIELRAZ underscore FIT. I have many testimonials. I do my best to post a lot of fantastic content that will help you out. Follow me on there. If you're interested in my one-on-one coaching, you can message me weight loss and get on a call with you. I'll do my best to explain how everything works and see if you're the right fit for the program. You can also check out LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram. Just type Daniel Raz underscore fit. You will find me. Or my website is danielrazfit.com. Again, you'll see a bunch of testimonials and you can book a 15-minute value call with me to see if I can help you out. And just to start the 15-minute value call, I won't sell you anything. I just want to have a brief conversation to see if I can help you out. And if not, I'll do my best to point you in the right direction. So
Awesome.
again, that's DANIELIZFIT.com. So yeah, check me out there.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Once again, thank you for being a guest. This is it's important that people do take their health issues serious and really start taking better care. I'm one who has not taken better care of myself. I've dealing with some medical issues now, but I'm working on them. I'm working on them
Nice.
one day at a time, slowly but surely. And eventually, I hope to lose the weight that I need to lose, and then I'll be able to do the things that I want to do.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's never too late. And the last statement I want to say is the best investment is the investment you make in yourself.
Yeah,
Crypto, stocks, real estate might go up, might go down. The best investment you can make is in yourself because you'll always have you.
yeah, definitely. Daniel, don't leave just yet. Let me close out the show and we'll chat a little bit off the air. But thank you once again for being a guest. I greatly appreciate it. Anytime you have anything, a program or anything you want to come on and promote, just let me know and we'll have you back on for a little bit and you come on and promote it.
Definitely. I really appreciate this.
All right. And now I'll close out another great show. Shout out to the Real Wise fam, Poppy J, Brandy J, love you guys. Shout out to the boss lady, love you and appreciate you. Um, as always, a big shout out to all the essential workers out there. God bless you. Be safe. You know how your boy Wise does it. Peace out.